So today we're going to learn how to use an equation editor in the Word document or Google Drive. You can use either one, whichever you guys have access to. And we're also going to learn how to insert tables. So this is the data that we talked about yesterday. So we're going to use this data and insert a table. So you're going to insert a table, and you could actually use these if it's a smaller table, but if you're using a bigger table, then you're going to use this menu here, and you're going to say I want 3 columns and I need 12 rows, and then it will construct it for you. And now what I like about Word is it'll just adjust it if you put it right in the corner. And then I just want to put this, and this one will not be inserted in your project, but I just wanted to have this picture here so I could insert it clearly. So this you're going to put January, February, March, and so forth. Okay, so I'm just going to show you how to insert it. And this is going to be our month. And 1 will represent January, 2 would represent March, and so forth. Now, if you want to center these, you will select all of them and just center it, just like that. But here will be temperature. Now month, you're going to probably have to put the variable M. Usually with the variables, we italicize it. So we can do italicize. And then over here, it's going to be T. And then you can put Celsius. Now here, this is actually a math notation. So here I can show you how I would use the equation editor. So here in the Word, and this is most likely in the updated Word. If you don't have an updated Word, you might have to download it. But if you just double click it, it'll show you this menu. So when you have this menu, the Celsius and the Fahrenheit is right here. If you press this, you'll have basic math, you have Greek letters, and you have all these other options. If you cannot find the notation that you see here, there are other options here. Well, this one, it's actually right here, so we're just going to use that. So you know that the temperature here is going to be Celsius, and you will put the temperature in and so forth. So you have 28, 27. The additional thing that you probably want to put is also you want to label the table. So here, this table represents, you want to label what this table represents. So you're going to put table 1, temperature of Cape Town, South Africa. Okay. In this one, let's just change this variable because this was T and this was capital T because this was data. So just to be consistent using this data, you would use T and capital T. Now, if you have other data, months will be M or temperature could be T. Depending on how the data is set up, you can set up the variable. Okay. Now, later on in your final product, your project will most likely kind of look like this. So you're going to have a table here. You're also going to have a scatter plot that I'm going to show you how to do later on this week. Okay. So let's take a look at how do we do it on Google Doc. So on Google Doc, you're going to do the same thing to insert a table. So you're going to go to Insert, Table, and I don't know if this one has a option to give you, but you probably can do rows of 3, 12. So there we go. So in this one, I believe it doesn't grab from the corner, so you just have to kind of adjust it this way. And then you could insert your table that way. So I label the table here, months, temperature. So I'm going to show you how to use the equation editor here. So I already kind of tested out to see how we do insert this. Now in Google Doc, it seems like it has limited capabilities. So since I want the degree in an exponent form, I'm going to use this one and see if I can put 0 and then put F here. So here's your Fahrenheit. Or if you want to use C. So you would just use this menu to show that you're going to put that in the exponent. And if you want to use this equation, then you want to put M. Now the equation, if you use the equation editor for these variables, it automatically italicizes these variables. Now, just like the Word, you can probably center it where you want to center all of these. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and so forth, and you can put that data in that way. Now, if you want to write the equation outside here, let's say you want to find the equation of the amplitude, then you will press new equation, and we will put A for amplitude, or if you want to write amplitude equals, and you want to get the fraction, so you want to find the fraction menu, which is A over B, and you could actually make the font a little bit bigger if you want. So here I believe you need the absolute value to use it properly, so absolute value is over here, and you will put in max minus the min over, I'd have to go back here and go press down, here you go, and then put 2. Now this font is a little bit small, so you can go in and make it bigger. So if you want to make this font larger, just click on it and make it larger. You want to make it bold, and so forth. Might want to make it a little bit larger. There you go. Okay, so let's see if we can put this on Word, the equation. So let's say on Word, if you were using Word, I prefer Word because I've used it so often. So here I just go to the equation editor menu, and the Word menu is a little bit different. So if you want to use amplitude equals, and then you'll get the fraction button, and you want to go to absolute value. So it's usually under the bracket, I believe. And you look for the absolute value, the 2 bars. This is not, it might be, should be here. Oh, here we go. So absolute value of max minus the min. So you can write max minus min over 2. And you can write equals again, or if you want to separate it, so you do that, and then you press equation. So equation, sometimes that menu disappears. So you go back, and then you do the absolute value again. What was the max? Was 28 minus 15 over 2, and you can put that as 6.5. Okay, so that's how you insert equations in Word and Google Doc.